Oh my god, I can't even lift this. Okay, maybe from the bottom. Oh, I might have done some damage. Oh my god. Okay, if there's one thing about me, it's that I can't do anything halfway. I have a very addictive personality, as you can see. I like Star Wars, but I also like books. I was born in 1997, so as a book girly, I got to ride the wave that was Twilight. That was an insane experience, and if anyone was there, I can't believe we made it out. So growing up, I was a vivacious reader. I always had my face down in a book. I was very shy. I didn't really talk to a lot of people, and I kind of just kept to myself. And reading was something that I just couldn't get enough of. And you know how it goes. As time goes on, you get busier and busier with school and work, and you often don't have a lot of extra time, especially like to read for fun when you're reading for school. So I kind of took a little break. And then again, no surprise, ACOTAR roped me back in 2023, and the rest is history. I started reading again back in 2023, but I've really only been able to stay consistent during the summertime. So here I am again in the beginning of summer going to read, but I'm really hoping that I'm gonna make it last this time. So with all that being said, I went to a few stores and picked up a few bookish things, and I want to share them with you. Let's start with my recent pickups. So I have these 5 here that I recently added to my collection, and all of these I have been waiting so long to read, so I'm super excited. First book is Onyx Storm. Now I know everyone is talking about this book and everyone loves this book and this series, Fourth Wing. I'm a little late to the game. I finished the second book last summer, and I've been waiting since then to read this one, so I cannot wait to read this. I think this is going to be next for me because the last one left me on such a cliffhanger, and I've literally been dying to know what happens next. So I cannot wait to start this one. The next book I have is The Awakening. This is the first book in the Zodiac Academy series. I've heard a lot of people talk about this book on TikTok. I've heard mixed reviews, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try it out. Book Talk says it's like an adult version of Harry Potter, so I'll see how accurate that is. There's been so much discourse about this book that I just have to read it. This next book is called The Spell Shop, and I heard a few people talk about this book, but once I saw it in person and I saw the cover, I was like, this looks like it's totally up my alley. And it absolutely is. It's a very cozy and sweet read. It's got cozy island vibes, a bakery, and a love story, so I'm sat. This is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. This is another one that comes very highly recommended, and I just love all things fairy, fae, any type of folklore like that. A curmudgeonly professor journeys to a small town in the far north to study fairy folklore and discover dark fae magic, friendship, and love in the start of a heartwarming and enchanting new fantasy series. Say less. And I picked up Lightlark, which is another super popular series from Book Talk. I've heard so many wonderful things about this book and this author, so I think this is going to be a great read. The next 4 I'm going to kind of speed through because they're all kind of similar. These are some big boys. But like I was saying earlier, I love folklore, I love magic, I love history. So when I saw these books in the front of Barnes & Noble that were only $5, you know I had to pick them up. So the first one is Arthurian Myth and Legends, Japanese Myth and Legends, Irish Folk and Fairy Tales. And then this one has stories from a different array of cultures, including classical Greek, Celtic, Norse, Chinese, African, Native American, and more. These books are pretty much a compilation of short stories, and it's really nice because you can just pick it up, kind of flip to a random page, and read a different story. So I think these are going to be really cool. So that was all the books, but I also got some stuff to start a reading journal, which I am honestly so excited for. I love journaling, I love planning, I love memory keeping, and having a reading journal is really nice because you can keep track of everything that you've read, you can share your thoughts about it. It can also be kind of like a fandom space where you can make like collages or artwork inspired by your favorite stuff, and it's a reason to get new markers and new stickers. So this one I also picked up from Barnes & Noble. This is Good Inkpressions Letterpress Handmade Stationery, and I just love the color. I thought it was so pretty. And I picked the dotted version because it just makes it a lot easier to keep your journal nice and neat and clean. So yeah, I am so excited to start on this. Next thing I picked up was a sticker book. So this is the Green Witches sticker book. I think I got this one at Target. It pretty much just has a bunch of different illustrated like watercolor and pencil drawings, and I just thought they were really cute. Excited for this. And I picked up some stationery. So I picked up some of these Papermate pens, and these are my absolute favorite pens to write with. They're Inkjoy, so they're very inky and they're very easy to write with, but they also dry very fast, so they don't smudge very often. And I just got like pretty much one of every color. I also got these Zebra Midliner Creative markers that have two tips. So there's a chisel tip and a bullet tip, so you can either write with it or you can kind of highlight or shade in boxes or whatever you want to do. But I also got these in like a rainbow array. And then just some Papermate felt tip pens because I also love to write with these. And the very last thing I picked up was scrapbooking paper from Michaels, and this was on sale for only $5. So I was like, absolutely. I've used their scrapbooking paper for years in my journals and I love them. So when I saw this one that's all like celestial and Star Wars vibes, I had to have it. That is everything that I've picked up in the past week or so. But don't worry, I'm definitely going to work on getting through these books before I buy any more books, because I don't want to go down that slippery slope of having an endless physical TBR. I really want to try to keep it low and make sure I'm reading what I'm buying. So I'm going to start working on this, and by no means am I an artist, and I struggle with perfectionism. So that's something that I want to work on with this new journal, is enjoying the process and being excited to try new designs and new techniques, but not getting upset if it doesn't look perfect, because if I don't practice, it'll never be perfect. I set up my reading journal and I worked on a few pages, so I wanted to show you guys, and I did not get very far. I severely underestimated how long it would actually take to set this up and actually work on the pages. I got a little overwhelmed, so I took a break, but I wanted to show you guys what I have done so far because I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So opening it up, I have not done the cover page yet. I'm probably going to decorate this page and put like stickers and washi tape and just put like, you know, this journal belongs to Isabella. And then I did this kind of inside page. I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything to this. I kind of just like how it looks. It's giving that whimsical Star Wars kind of vibe that I think is going to go really well with the rest of my journal. This is the page that took me like 4 or 5 hours. Like I said, I am by no means an artist, but I do want to have a fun creative outlet, and I think doing simple drawings like this is something that I can manage. I am not done, but I just wanted to set up this little 25 books in 2025 page. I've seen a lot of these spreads online and I think they are so cute. I love how people customize them with like different things that they put up on the shelves, like little flowers and crystals and plants and stuff. I still want to add a like landscape in the background. I'm probably going to make it like a night sky with stars. I think that would be really pretty. I still need to add something to this glass case and like add little drawings here. But so far, I think it's really cute. I also kind of underestimated how many books I could fit on this. It's 25 books in 2025, and I fit 25 books on one side. So I'm not sure what I'm going to add here. Maybe I read more than 25 books, or maybe I'll add like Legos or little collectibles. That would also be really cute. But yeah, I am loving this one so far. So this page is going to be my 2025 reading goal, which I believe is 12 books, one a month. and I think I just hit 5 or 6 books read, so I'm doing well on that goal. This is going to be for the end of the year, but this is going to be my 2025 stats. So the number of books, pages, genres I've read, as well as reading habits, so what I kind of tend to lean towards. I have a page for 5-star books of 2025. I have a page for my 2025 book awards for the end of the year, so that's going to be things like favorite book, longest book, favorite main character, favorite universe, setting, stuff like that. These 2 pages are going to be for my rating system, so from 1 to 5 and what each rating means. I'm probably going to do like half points too. I left space for my physical TBR and books I want to read in 2025. And then this is my first monthly spread for this journal. This is for the month of June, so I added my reading stats, my books completed, pages read, average rating, format, and genres. And I think it turned out really cute. I used the scrapbooking paper that I just bought, and then these stickers are from my passion planner that I had, and they just really fit the vibe well. I think it turned out really cute, and it goes with the books that I read, which was a lot of Star Wars. And one of the things I'm excited to work on with this journal is my handwriting. I'm out of practice. I have not written cursive in a while. I mean, it looks okay, but I definitely want to work on it and try to learn some new fonts because I think that would make my journal a lot more fun and visually appealing. And I'll have a few more monthly pages, so I'll have my June calendar. This is where I'm going to put all the days of the month and show which books I read on which day. And then this will be like the actual covers of the books that I read. And then these last 2 pages are going to be my reviews of the books that I read. So I'm going to put the cover and my star rating and a few thoughts that I had about the book and maybe a little fan art if I want. But yeah, that's all that I have so far set up. I'm really happy with how it's looking so far, and I'm excited to fill this out as the year goes on. Please let me know if you guys liked seeing this and if you want to see more of this. It is going to be a little bit more personal, but I love journaling and I love books and I love all things fandom, so if you guys want to see more of this, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you are currently reading anything or you're looking forward to reading something, let me know down in the comments below because I would love to know, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!